Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today, I'm back over on the bull farm. This is the farm that we leased back in December, and we wintered the bulls here on winter stockpile fescue. And we took them out. We made one rotation round this spring, and that's when we didn't get any rain for March and April. So there was 60 days, we got 3/10. And so the grass just didn't grow back. And so we made the circuit around the farm. I realized we were in trouble. It wasn't growing back. So we were fortunate we had some grass on the Judy farm that was recovered, and there's, a bunch of it. And so we were able to move the bull mob. We had 65 bulls at that time. We moved them off of this farm and took them back over there. And this farm sits about probably 3 miles as the crow flies from where we took the bulls. And so it wasn't that big a deal. I mean, we got them, I think it took us 4 loads. Anyway, I wanted to show you some of the stuff that's coming back where we fed hay. This is a really nice clump of big blue stem. Just beautiful. I noticed, and see, this is where the bulls were at when we got that 20 below zero. We unrolled hay right here. And some of that hay had big blue stem in it. I can see it on the next ridge over there. Those bulls did not come out of this draw right here for about 7 days. I mean, it was so cold that my eyelids, I remember walking up this ridge one of those cold mornings in January, and my eyelids literally froze shut. It was that cold. I mean, this ridge should be called Windy Ridge because there's always wind here when there's wind no place else. But look at the big blue stem coming in. I mean, there's some. It's all over in here. Big blue. There's a big clump of it. So this is a native warm season grass, okay? It's got a taproot that goes down 8 feet. My gosh, you can just see it almost where we unrolled it. There's some more. There's some more. You just follow it. This is where we unrolled the hay. Here's some alfalfa. Okay, there's Timothy. Timothy coming up. There's orchard grass. Of course, there's fescue. There's clover. I don't see as much clover as I'd like to see because this is the farm. This is Doug and Joanna's farm. And I did put 3 pounds of clover seed down. But you got to remember, we didn't get any rain. And the clover, I sowed it into February, hoping to get some freeze-thaw action to bring the seed down into the ground. Well, we didn't get any rain. And so that clover seed, if you come out here with a microscope, you can find it. It's still here. And I look for it to come. When we get the rain, look out. We will get some clover. Because the old timers always said that when you plant clover seed, or broadcast it, whatever, and that's what I did. I broadcast it. I didn't drill it. You wouldn't want to get a drill on these hills. You'd turn your tractor over. But that it'll lay there until it gets the right growing conditions, and then it'll come. But this farm's recovered now. The bulls need to get out of the way. We just went around the Judy farm with the bulls. We sold off, I guess, a total of 29 2-year-olds. And so we've got our machos left of 2020 and 2021. So there's 12 of them. And then, of course, we got all the 2022 yearlings in a herd with them. So those yearlings are going to come over here, and we're just going to turn the machos into our cow herd. And the 3-year-old machos will be auctioned on our website toward the end of July. Those are the best of the best. So we're bringing the bulls back over here. This is all recovered. Look at that, folks. That is amazing. It's like I took seed and just planted it in a row. Look at it. You can see where our bale unroller went along the side of this hill. You just follow it. Look at that. And just follow the big blue stem. It's a windrow. It's a windrow all the way down this valley. There it is. Just keeps on going. And the same way over there, it's all across the top of that, or the side of that hill over there too. So I'm encouraged by the big blue stem. That's a good one. That's a native warm season grass that likes to come up when it gets hot. If you don't get a rain, don't worry about it. Big blue can take it. It's very palatable, and it doesn't have any toxins in it. And when it gets hot, it likes it. Your fescue, it'll kind of lay down on its face and not grow through basically the latter part of June, July, and August. And then it starts growing again in September, October for your winter stockpile. But folks, there's a lot of forage in here for not having any rain. The second week of May, we got bailed out, and this farm probably would have seen some of it. I don't have a rain gauge on this farm. I probably ought to put one on it because the rain is so sporadic. But if you get down in here and pull this back, oh yeah, it's dry. But you know what? No, it's not that dry. Look at that. I made a, you can almost push together and it'll stay. So it's got a little moisture down in there. And that's because I've got this nice litter bank. Everywhere you look, I've got some dead matter touching the ground, covering the ground, keeping the sun off of my soil. And you can't find any bare ground in it, which is your purpose. You don't want any bare ground. I love that. Look at that. Whew. Them bulls are gonna look at that and they're gonna do cartwheels. It is a bunch grass. Look at that. Man, there's another clump of it. Another clump. I don't know if I've ever seen it come up this thick from unrolling bales. But you can follow it. Up there's where we started. And there's just a windrow all the way down through here. All the way down to that fence line. Man. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. So we're going to be bringing the bulls over here pretty shortly. And there's not going to be any fall off in production with them. Not with all this big blue stem to eat. Folks, the thing with big blue is when you graze it off, you know, they're going to take, because it's so darn tender, you know, they're going to take 6 to 7 inches of that. Well, the plant is about 18 to 20 inches tall. So right there where my hand is, I'm not going to break that off, no way. But that's a mouthful right there. Okay, so they're going to take all that right there. And I'm getting it perfect because if you notice on the big blue, there's not a seed head. You want to get big blue grazed before the seed head pops out, because once that happens, then the palatability drops considerably. If you look across this pasture though, folks, you know, the fescues went to seed, the orchard grasses went to seed, and the timothy is just now popping its little head out. It's almost boot stage. It's past boot stage. But there's not that much seed heads in here, which I'm happy for that. I just wish, the only thing that I don't see that I wish I'd seen more of, and I covered that earlier, it's the clover. And we just haven't got the rainfall to get it up. But it'd be interesting if we do get rain, see what happens in here. But we cleared this farm. That was part of the deal. This farm was one of the brushiest ones that we've ever leased, as far as out in the pasture. Folks, there was thousands of autumn olives in here. Honey locust trees. Those are the two big ones. And tons of cedars on the west part over here. Probably, there must have been, I don't know, 800 cedars over there. We got them all cleared, and they're all off the farm. We stacked them down in the draws, and it looks nice. It just looks nice, not having all the brush on here. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Folks, I'm gonna get out of here, and everyone have a good one. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the way out, and you all have a great day.